Good morning. Today we'll come with a topic engine emissions and their control. We will discuss about engine emissions. Engine emissions can be classified into two categories: exhaust emissions and non-exhaust emissions. Exhaust emissions which directly come at the exhaust pipe of the engine. Non-exhaust emissions which we'll discuss, which are escaping of fuel from the fuel tank and other emissions. Exhaust, first we will discuss exhaust emissions. It include unburnt hydrocarbons, oxides of carbon, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, nitrogen monoxide and nitrogen dioxide, oxides of sulfur, SO2 and SO3, particulate soot and smoke. The first four are common in SI and CI, and the last two, which is here, they are mainly from compression ignition engine. Sulfur we will find in heavy diesel oil or light diesel oil, and particles and soot and smoke, this is also you can see at the tailpipe of diesel, there is a black smoke. The main non-exhaust emission is unburnt hydrocarbon from fuel tank and crankcase blow-by. What is crankcase blow-by? You can see the fuel can escape from beside the piston rings. It can go into the crankcase. So this is also the form of emission from where your fuel can escape and it will lead to the pollution. Figure 14.1, this figure shows variation of hydrocarbon, carbon monoxide and NOx emissions as a function of equivalence ratio for SI engine. It is clearly seen that all three emissions are strong function of equivalence ratio. On this side you had fuel air ratio. This one is your equivalence ratio, means stoichiometric air fuel ratio. Stoichiometric means the sufficient and complete amount of oxygen is supplied for the complete burning of fuel. This is the amount of emissions in exhaust flow. You can see if we use a lean mixture, that is 0.8. At point the NOx emissions, this carbon monoxide emission is minimum because we had lesser fuel and more amount of air. More amount of air means there is complete burning. When we go to equivalence ratio, here the carbon monoxide amount will increase, and when we go to a rich mixture on this side, the carbon monoxide will further increase. Rich mixture means the oxygen amount is less, and so there is a partial oxidation of carbon which lead to the carbon monoxide. Now come to the hydrocarbon curve. This hydrocarbon curve, when your air fuel ratio is equivalence, here there is a chances of more unburnt hydrocarbon. Now here hydrocarbon emissions are more. Instead of sufficient or enough amount of oxygen more than required, there is still hydrocarbon emission. So this peak here is due to the misfire in the engine. So what will happen if we use two lean mixtures, means 0.7 equivalence ratio here. On this side we have lean mixture. This is too lean to burn. So there are chances of misfire. So hydrocarbon emissions is higher here. Now if we go to the equivalence ratio, the hydrocarbon emission will decrease. Then again hydrocarbon emission starts to increase. So they will go maximum during rich mixture. You can see here equivalence ratio is 1.2 and hydrocarbon emissions are at their peak and highest level because the amount of oxygen has decreased. So definitely the unburnt hydrocarbon is more in the exhaust. Now come to the third curve, that is your NOx curve here. This curve, NOx curve. The generation of nitrogen oxide emissions is a function of combustion temperature. Higher near stoichiometric conditions, when the temperatures are at the peak value, maximum NOx emission occur at slightly lean conditions where the combustion temperature is high and there is an excess of oxygen to react with nitrogen. You can see this NOx curve. This is highest here before the equivalence ratio. This is the highest value. Now nitrogen is inert gas. This does not you can say produce any power, or we don't want nitrogen to react. But during equivalence ratio, before this, at this point, the temperatures are very high, due to which nitrogen will react with the oxygen. Also, because we are using lean mixture, it means there is enough of oxygen to react with nitrogen. So that's why NOx emissions, means NO2 and production of NO3 are more here. While when we go to the rich side, the amount of oxygen decrease. If the amount of oxygen decrease, and also the peak temperatures in the engine will decrease. So definitely on this side temperatures are lower and oxygen supply is less, so NOx amount will decrease. So this is if NOx amount is dependent on the highest temperature, if temperature is higher, and availability of the oxygen, if the oxygen is available. So maximum availability of oxygen is, and maximum higher temperature is around at this point, so we have more NOx. While on here we have oxygen availability is more, but due to lean mixture the temperature is less, and here oxygen availability is less, and also due to rich mixture there is a incomplete combustion hydrocarbons, so which will lead to the lesser temperature, so NOx emission is less. Now we will discuss about the emissions as a function of equivalence ratio for compression ignition engine. For compression ignition engine we will discuss up to 1, because the fuel air equivalence ratio, because in diesel engine during suction stroke only air will come, during injection stroke we will inject the fuel, so we will discuss up to only 1. Shows a qualitative picture of hydrocarbon, carbon monoxide and nitroxide emissions with respect to equivalence ratio for 4-stroke diesel engine. As it can be seen, hydrocarbon will decrease slightly with the increase in stoichiometric ratio due to higher cylinder temperature, making it easier to burn up, and any over mixed very lean or under mixed rich fuel air mixture. At high loads, however, hydrocarbon may increase again if the amount of fuel in regions too rich to burn during primary combustion processes. Carbon monoxide emissions will be very low at all equivalence ratio, since excess air is always available. Because of availability of excess air, there is hardly any partial oxidation, because during suction stroke complete air will come, so hardly any you can say unburnt, or you can say partial oxidation. NOx emissions will steadily increase as phi increases. You can say NOx emission will increase as your equivalence ratio increases, due to increasing fraction of cylinder contents being burnt, gases close to stoichiometric during combustion, and also due to higher peak temperatures and pressures. So as your equivalence ratio increases, it means because diesel engines are your quality governed. So in which diesel engine we will control the diesel engines are quantity governed. So this is up to here the emissions of in case of compression ignition engine. The next we will discuss about the different pollutants. We will start with the first with the hydrocarbon. Exhaust gases leaving the combustion chamber of a SI engine contain up to 6,000 particles per million of hydrocarbon components, the equivalent of 1 to 1.5% of the fuel. About 45% of this is unburnt components of the fuel. The other 60% consist of partially reacted components that were not present in original fuel. So hydrocarbons we will write in this form, that is CH1. So it is often convenient to treat these molecules if they contain one carbon atom, means one carbon atom and one hydrogen. Hydrocarbons emissions will be different for each gasoline blend. Means if we use different types of gasoline, definitely hydrocarbon emission will vary depending on the original fuel components, whatever the fuel contains. Combustion chamber geometry. and engine operating parameters like pressure, temperature, and different conditions at what altitude it is operating. Also influence the hydrocarbon component spectrum. When hydrocarbon emissions get into atmosphere, they act as irritants and odorants. Some are carcinogenic. All components except CH4 means methane react with the atmosphere gases to form photochemical smoke. So means these are the mainly responsible for this your photochemical smoke.